So 2 days ago, Facebook's Oculus Quest 2 dropped on store shelves. There's 2 versions. There's a $300 version, which has 64 gigs of memory. And there's a $400 version, which has 256 gigs of memory. And then there's various accessories. You're definitely going to need that one that clamps onto your head, because the new ones, to cut down costs, they just give you a wrap, like a cloth wrap. And I watched some reviews and it gets really dirty. But anyway, my point is that it's out. Now, the problem is, and I talked about this in a previous video, is unlike a normal video game console where you just make an account for the service, if you want to use Facebook's Oculus Quest 2, you need a Facebook account. In fact, you have to link your Facebook account to your Oculus account. If you have another model, like I have a Oculus Rift S, and I can opt out of that for 2 years, but after 2 years, in 2023, it becomes a paperweight. So that's pretty cool, huh? This also explains why they're putting this out so cheap, because I got to tell you, $300 for a VR headset that does not require a computer. That's the big thing with this, is it's kind of its own system. It doesn't require a computer, and you can buy a link cable, and you can use your computer, which gives you the ability to use this with Steam and stuff. But the problem here is you have to link your Facebook account to it. And there's a lot of dangers with this. Number one, there's cameras all over this thing, okay? It doesn't need infrared tracking because of the cameras that are all over it. I wonder what Facebook's doing with all that data of your house and recording you, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's probably a mic on this thing. So it's recording and watching everything you're doing while you're playing a game. That data, I'm sure, is worth more than the money that you're paying for this. Not let alone you being on Facebook in general. This ups memberships for them. Accounts go up. People that buy this, because if this takes off, let's face the facts, their user base will go up as well. And this could take off. But I want to give you some dangers of this. So here are the dangers of linking your account to this. Number one, okay, if you link your account to this, it has to be your real name and birth date. You don't have those 2 things, guess what? You're going to get locked out of your account. And I don't know if you can correct that. I don't know if you can unlink and relink a new one and then get your system back. Does it become a paperweight? I don't know how that works. All I know is, just like I said would probably happen, people are going to make fake accounts, and that's not working. And a lot of people over on Reddit make fake Facebook accounts, and now they're getting their accounts locked up, and they can't use their VR headset. Their $300 to $400 VR headset that they just bought is now pretty much useless. And I also want to point out, let's say you had already had an Oculus account, or let's say somehow you get to make a fake name and you get through it and you don't lose your account, right? You're fine. You don't lose your account yet. You buy $400 worth of games. You become the biggest VR advocate. You love VR. You buy a bunch of VR games. You become king of VR, queen of VR. You love VR. Uh-oh. Somebody's come across your account and reports it. Or Facebook just does a sweep and finds your account. You get locked out. You lose all of your games, by the way. I want to point that out. You lose all of your games, all gone. And that's what's happening to people. Now, I don't think these people, these are people that have just bought it. They just bought their VR Oculus Rift or Oculus Quest 2. And they got home and they made a John Doe Facebook account or a Jane Doe Facebook account. And boom, it gets locked. It's locked immediately. Like that's what's going on here. Now, I don't know what kind of names they're making, but the point is what I said would probably happen is happening. And luckily, these people, they're still in time because you can buy these in GameStops and at Walmart. So you just take it back and say, well, it's broken. I don't want another one. And you just go about your day. But this is the biggest problem with this Oculus Quest 2 is the fact that you need, and it's a problem with the Oculus line in general, the fact that you need a stupid Facebook account. but they're doing it for a reason. Like I said, the data is more important to them than the money. And I do think that they're trying to push in. This has a lot of potential. It had more potential without the stupid Facebook attachment. But we'll see what happens. By the way, also, another problem here is if you violate the community standards somehow, some way of Facebook, you can lose your account on your Oculus Quest. And there's all kinds of crazy community guidelines over on Facebook. And they've been adding more. Here's one for VR policies. So let's say, and there's games like that Just Chat. They have their own chat game. I think it's called Just Chat. You know what I'm talking about with you had the little Knuckles characters running around in it. Or is it Chat VR? Whatever it's called. Facebook has their own version of that now. This old like chat playground thing. And if you get into somebody's virtual video game space or make weird gestures, you can have your account banned for that. And then you lose all your games. Because people like to troll in games. People did it in that chat thing, in that chat game all the time. So now if you trigger somebody in a VR space, guess what, everybody? You can potentially be banned from your game. This is a big problem with VR and Facebook. And unfortunately, this is the only thing that could probably really make VR take off. The other units are really expensive. The best one, hands down, is the Steam VR headset. But that thing's like almost $1,000 or something. The HT Vive is really expensive. Hell, I think even when I bought my Rift S, that was like $400 or $500. I don't quite remember how much it was, but that's a lot of money. $300 for a headset that you don't even need a gaming rig for is actually a really good deal, and has a lot of potential because this is a little bit different than just buying another console with a little bit more shiny graphics. This is a whole new experience. There's a lot of issues with it, with battery time and such, but for the most part, it's a pretty good idea. And anybody that's ever played, I love VR gaming. I think it's a lot of fun, but I don't like the Facebook association, and I really wonder if that will hold it back. Even a lot of the reviewers on YouTube mentioned, like, yeah, I don't blame you if you don't want to buy this, as great as it is. The data and the privacy of your information with Facebook is kind of sketchy. And now look at this. If you go and get somebody, what does it even mean, invading personal space? So you could just look at how easy it'll be to get banned off of this platform. And then you've already got people losing their accounts. It's already the shit show that I thought it would be. And then keep in mind they're storing your data the whole time, and cameras all over it and everything. I don't know, man. It just seems a little too draconian for me. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about all this. Did you buy an Oculus Quest 2? What do you think about it? I'd love to hear from you. Do you care that you have to link a Facebook account? Did you manage to make a fake one and get away with it? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.